Hello, and today I want you to imagine two different scenarios. I shave my head, I wear baggy camouflage pants, and declare that I hate men. Am I a feminist? No. If I shave my head, wear baggy camouflage pants, and believe in sex equality, then yes, I am a feminist. Now, here's another scenario. I wear makeup and dresses, and I do this because I like to. Doesn't make me a feminist, but I also believe in sex equality, which therefore makes me a feminist. It doesn't matter what I wear or look like as a woman. If I believe in equality between a man and a woman, I support feminism. Equality has been a huge issue in the past and even now in the present, and it will continue to be in the future if society doesn't get rid of the misconceptions of what a feminist is. I have compiled my information from sources such as Patricia Hill Collins, a well-renowned feminist who is a professor at the University of Cincinnati, and an organization called Students for Liberty, which is a student-driven forum of support for students and student organizations dedicated to liberty. The misconceptions of what it means to be a feminist have caused a dislike for those who stand by this belief. However, from the beginning, being a feminist has never meant a dislike for men, but a want for equality between both genders. A little preview as to what I'm going to be discussing today. I will first be talking the history behind feminism and how it started, by definition what a feminist is, and thirdly how being a feminist can help our society. To explain in further detail, I will begin with what first sparked the beginning of feminism. Feminism isn't something that people have advocated for recently. Its roots can be traced back over 160 years ago. The first women's rights convention was held in 1848 in New York. This convention focused on the social, civil, and religious rights of women. Following the convention, it helped encourage the fight for women to gain the right to vote, and after a 22-year battle, women won that right in 1920. Now, the feminism movement made headway in the 1960s due to women feeling oppressed by the double standard, causing more divorce and more women joining the workforce. The Women's Liberation Movement, or known as WLM, second wave feminism, consisted of women pointing out the fact that they weren't recognized in standard texts for their accomplishments or parts in historical and important events. It recognized the sexual divisions in the workplace and in the home, the movement itself. Today, there's far more women's history-based curriculum than half a century ago. However, the courses at a college level have declined, so it is crucial to still encourage the education of women's history. Now, I'm going to assume that a majority of you don't really understand what the definition of a feminist is, and I want to explore that closer with you. Feminism, according to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, is a belief that men and women should have equal rights and opportunities, politically, economically, and socially. There are several misconceptions of what a feminist is. Some of the more popular beliefs are the following. Feminists hate men, but there are certainly feminists who hate men to defend this, but there are also plenty of people who hate other people in every school of thought. Then the next misconception is feminism is about creating a matriarchy and giving women power over men. Now, the definition of a matriarchy is a system of society or government ruled by women or a woman. This is completely opposite of the definition of what an actual feminist is. Feminism only helps women is the last misconception that I feel is most important. And I will touch on this later, but feminism actually helps men for those of you out there who believe this. These beliefs are simply not true. Here is a more in-depth explanation of what feminist overall goals are, as follows: to demonstrate the importance of women, to reveal that historically women have been subordinate to men, and to bring about gender equality and equity. As I stated previously, feminism is not only beneficial for women, but for men as well, in improving our society as a whole. Gender roles in society define men and women as certain qualities that expected as social norms, and to make this barrier more equal could expand our society views on equality. A concept such as boys don't cry is a social norm that forces men to have no emotions and to fit in this definition of masculinity. This encourages a patriarchy and is gender discrimination. Many people may not think of this idea, but judging a book by its cover or its choices is a large part of feminism's fight. Believing that women should wear certain clothes or look a certain way to be considered beautiful or sexy, or even have to respect because of this, because if they dress manly, they're too butch. And the same goes for men as well. If they don't dress a certain way, or if they look too feminine, they're judged, and that shouldn't be right. The double standard that is created with females having sexual interactions with men with men, labels them as easy. But when a male has sexual urges, they're just being manly. It's reasons like this that feminism is misconstrued and not fully understood as to what basis it covers in improving our society as a whole, men and women being improved with our relationship. Now, I've discussed the history behind how feminism started, the dictionary definition of a feminist, and how being a feminist can help our society. And I hope all of these points have convinced you that being a feminism is about gender equality rather than matriarchy. Our society needs feminism because a woman shouldn't be called she's a slut, shouldn't be called a slut because she's choosing to move on after a breakup, but a man can move on and that is okay because there is no determined time for him. Our society needs feminism because a woman shouldn't simply be paid less for having the exact same title as a man in the workforce. Our society needs feminism because a woman shouldn't be afraid of speaking up. Our society needs feminism because we are all human. Thank you.